指示を。さあ、絵の中へ。返し筆。
Hey, Othesia. Finish Chaos Child chapter and come back. Alright, take your time. And hey, Viana, welcome back, man. Hey, Okiseti, welcome back. Jesus Christ, the NTE the most recent NTE trailer from a couple days ago already hit fucking what 2.6 million views? I mean, it's 4 million views if you combine that with the Japanese the views on the Japanese trailer too. Jesus, a lot of people are looking forward to this game. Why can't I fucking sprint? Heyo, Hexen, and hey, what's going on, Deeps?
Tada, 学園に戻る日が近づいていると思うとあまり眠れなくて。どちらもでしょうか。20年以上経ってますし、学園がどうなっているのか、先生やクラスメイト、それに両親もダメですね。まだ出発もしていないのにこんな風では。いやー、座標の調整は終わり。
Cutscene, I think. Giles' Mindscape art is... Oh yeah, it's been circulating around Twitter a bit. Yeah, her M6 Mindscape art is certainly a choice. Hey, Master Jakari. Yes, I go by Tuhu. Full name is Toho Sniper 98, but that's kind of a mouthful, so shortened it down to Tuhu. What, like last year? How long have I been going by Tuhu for anyway? Also, who the fuck is this supposed to be? She reminds me of an Azure Lane character. Hey, yo, Bubba, welcome back. Been a while since they last did a naked M6 art. Technically, Monato's there. Unless we're not counting guys. Shoot his ass. It's Cyrene! Character so good, even a rival company copies her. Keck. Watch how you get people mad. Yeah, don't tell the rats that that pink-haired girl here that we just saw in the cutscene, you know, is an Elysia ripoff.
ごめん。大丈夫？怪我してない？スタートーチ学園の学生だよね。すぐ保健室に。ボイルワームだ。急いで離れるよ。しっかり捕まって。
Russ, it took you to hard pity on Genshin? Well, that sucks to hear. Sorry to hear that, man. Control the game now. This shit is just straight out of Zenless's, the Blazewood chapter. Are we gonna have to slide too? I can't fucking see shit. Are we supposed to avoid that bullshit? Could have also been Kokomi too, maybe. I don't know. The pink-haired girl from just from the cutscene just earlier probably had bigger tits though. Need to get a PC real soon because every time there's a new hub world, your PC just cries to the frames. Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later, because you know, with the RAM prices and shit. Last couple of years, it's been what, GPU prices? Now it's RAM prices. What next? CPU prices? This is like some this is like some fucking Horizon Zero Dawn shit where all the animals are technically robots. Why you fighting a Destiny 2 worm? No idea. I've never played D2, so... Or I've never played Destiny, so... Fuck if I know. It's the Marina Inoue character? Yeah, Marina Inoue's voice is very recognizable. Hey, Jao Bolzor. Merry Christmas to you too, man. And happy holidays. Camera shake is making the dizzy. Yeah, lots of camera shake there. Sorry about that. Hey, yo, Demonic, welcome back. Have a wonderful year, yeah. I'm hoping next year will be better than this year. Technically, this year was slightly better than last year, but hopefully next year will be even better. We'll see.
かなり速かったのに、なんともなさそうだけど。漂白者ちゃん、スタートーチ学園へようこそ。
So where is this on the map? Oh, let me It only shows this much? The fuck? Where the fuck is Lahoy Roy? What the hell is this map called again? What the hell is this region? Where the hell is this region even located? I wonder if this shit is kind of like what is it? I guess it must be like Honami City, where it's technically its own dimension. That's kind of what it feels like, because it's not connected to the main map here at all. At least I don't think so. That's real weird. Asus is working on expanding RAM production, hopefully to help with the RAM shortage. Yeah, but I don't know how difficult it is to produce RAM chips or RAM sticks or just RAM in general. So I don't know. Hopefully they can get the production up and running quickly. I don't know how fast it take. I don't know what the like the turnover rate is for them like starting up like RAM production. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Probably not Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, but what other game comes to mind when you think about like a wilderness that's occupied by mechanical animals? Can I just go farm for Lene shit? That's kind of what I want to do right now. Oh, I guess I can just do the early access shit anyway. Forgot that early access exists. Could have just been doing this one instead.
入力破壊ハッター絵の中へ大丈夫です
Forgot about the new tune break thing. I wonder if I missed doing that earlier. What the fuck is the uniform that the Saiyans wear? Oh, those outfits are called gi. Yeah, I think somebody mentioned it in chat. Yeah, actually no, you found it out already. Yeah, they're called gi. Game's supposed to be open world, but every new area is locked behind quests. How do you feel about this? And that's what most gacha games do. Even if they are, you know, technically open world. You get used to it. That, let's see. Can we head out right now? I don't know if we have the bike yet, cause flight doesn't work here, right? Yeah, flight doesn't work here. So, do we have access to our bike yet, or do we still gotta, what is it? Do we still gotta do we still gotta proceed the main quest to get it? I assume so. Academy almost looks like a magic circle. Oh, so it's a so this La Jolla Roy is basically a double reference to Horizon Zero Dawn and what is it? And certain magical index. Also, what is this? I don't know what this thing is. Oh, just yeah, random ass grapple drone in the middle of nowhere. Oh, now it just gives me the fucking bike automatically. Thanks. Cool. Can we equip it now? Okay, it's automatically equipped. Let's see, we have to go that direction. This thing is not very maneuverable. It takes a while for it to turn. So, it does not turn on a dime at all. Nope, right here. How do I dismount? R? It's beneath me? Down here?
こんな手はどう？全速に心配しないで。ああ、ついてこい。ビビってるのか？凱旋の歌をこの槍に。
Your bike's in the shop. Come back later. Ah, shit. But I definitely enjoy the vibes of this new region already. The music is also a great touch too. Thank God they who is it? Kuro stepped up their music game, because obviously Huanglong was fucking dog shit awful in terms of soundtracks. So it looks like they didn't make their same mistake here. I mean, they didn't make the mistake. They didn't make that mistake with Rina Sita either, but still. Gonna take some getting used to, adjusting to the tune break thing. Ah, she needs these things. Loved series. Too bad last few seasons made it fall off. Apparently, I feel like that's what happens with every anime, and inevitably, if they just run for long enough, it's like the animes are usually pretty good in the beginning, but then over time they just kind of. Yeah. It also doesn't help that what is it? The Index series, at least the anime. What? There was like a fucking decade-long gap between like season 2 and season 3 or some shit like that. Like. Animes tend to do that a lot for some reason. Let's see. Did you see Clown's recent video about Zen's 2.5 update, calling it bad, talking shit about the patch, calling reruns predatory? Wasn't that a while ago? Unless he made another video trying to farm that shit, which I wouldn't put it past the fucking Clown, because he's a fucking retard. But I thought he already made a video like that. And hey, student, how's it going, man? Hope you had a great day. So far, yeah. Hope you had a good holiday / Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Where the hell did branches go? It's around one of the planet's poles? Poles? Like, as in North or South Pole? Then why isn't the, why isn't this place a fucking frozen wasteland then? Why the hell does Mount Firmament seem like it's closer to the poles than this place is? The fuck? I don't think that's how science works, but okay. I thought you could jump in this thing, I guess not. Let's see, is it right here? Yeah, looks like it. So wondering if you watch what is it? Still wondering if you should watch the Index series. I think it's good. I remember watching it back in the day. At least the first couple of arcs I think were good. Can't speak for like future arcs though. Where the fuck?
今日もやりたいことありすぎてやばいかも。一つずつ片付けてこう。
Collection spots. Where the fuck is this? Oh, it's all the way over here. Are you fucking shitting me? Well, time for a road trip, boys. Oh, jumping with the motor on the fucking bike is left click? What the fuck? Why is it left click? Yo, Kenzel, how's it going, man? You can even fucking double jump on this thing. The fuck? What the fuck can't this thing do? Maybe traverse water. I guess that's what it can't do. Let's try it. Yep. can't quite make it across the water. Didn't they show a clip in the trailer where you can ride across the water on your bike. Maybe that's like an upgrade for later. Well, now this is awkward. It's a whole ass body of water here. Oh god, that expended a shit ton of my stamina. The fuck? Probably can't fly. Yeah, no, can't fly here. The Renacita wings don't work here because they want you to use the bike. Ayo MNB, welcome to the stream, man. You tried clearing HOD on Torment? No, I don't bother with Torment. Insane is bad enough. No way you can comfortably clear Torment without UE 40 Camp Kotama? Yeah, unfortunately. Or at least that's what I actually I didn't know actually. Didn't know you needed to have a UE 40. It's cool to see that they just yeet your ass back all the way where you started. Alrighty, I guess I'm not farming those things right now. You can make your own playlist. Yeah, I think I heard something like that. So that's really cool. Though I kind of wonder if HOD Torment is actually doable if you have UE 40 Kotama. Because I've noticed that a lot of people are I'm not in top 5K anymore, just doing insane HOD. So I'm assuming a lot of people are actually doing Torment HOD. So if that's the case, then maybe Torment HOD is actually a bit easier than I thought. If so many people are able to do it. It's E to jump? Really? Maybe you can use both buttons to jump? Yo, Chisa. The clown set an ultimatum for Zodan saying he should take his video on him down or ain't gonna be... Yeah, that's kind of old news, though. Well, wasn't that like earlier in the week or something? Zone absolutely cooked his ass though, and Clown started crashing out hard. Good. Some days too doesn't see YouTube chat. Yeah, for some reason my YouTube chat only defaults to top chat, not live chat. So I have to keep changing it back to live chat. Not that it really matters here though, because I don't see any new comments. That and sometimes it takes me a while to respond to chat because I'm busy playing a game or something. Xenoblade vibes? I guess so. I never played any of the Xenoblade games myself, so I'll just have to take your word for it.
時に停止も必要よ。ついてこい。集まれ。光の炎。勝利を追い求めて。たたえろこの身を。ついてこい。
味は俺に任せろ。より演技もお手の物さ。はい。炎よ、燃え盛れ。耳を澄ませ。
Did you see Clown crash out the other day? Is that the same crash out that Chiso was talking about in YouTube chat?
それこそが 精密たること。
Yeah? Alright.
精密たること。数値化可能なこと。精密たること。数値化可能なこと。
There are insane clears in the top 500? I think you mean top 5k. And to be fair, I did use a comfy clear team rather than a top score clear, so there's that. Because I don't give a shit. These days I don't really give a shit about trying to go for top scores anymore. Like Blue Archive is not worth my time. You know, grinding my dick through raid bullshit. So it's like, nah, sir, I am good. Yo, Crazy Wolf. Grinding for Lene? Yeah, trying to get her all leveled up and shit. Unfortunately, there's a cap to that. Because I need more of these flower things, but there's another area where I can farm those flowers, or gather those flowers is up here, but I tried going up here just prematurely without advancing story, and there's like a big old body of water here that separates this area from this area. So, my bike can't traverse it yet. So, I can't go over here to farm it yet. What is a top chat? Anyways, no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. Excuse me.
よし受け取れ
Hi, I exist. Yes. As you somewhat annoyingly have to point out to me every day. Or every time I stream. But hey, Shimazaki, welcome back.
学園の建物に刻まれたあのメモリはね、その理念を具象化したシンボルなのよ。
Cooked on poles after trying to go hit weapon. Even with 2 free multis, wasn't enough to get to pity, so jury's still out. If you can get a linear or not. Well, patch just started. You got 3 weeks, so do what you can.
パイロットスーツのまま科学部の選択科目の受講なんてすごく変じゃない？
この服だからこそ俺がラベル学部の適格者だって他のやつらがわかるだろ。
安眠できるわけない。ご予算オーバーです。使用カットでバンジー回転。タスクが減ってる。リソース調整効率さ。
パイロットスーツのまま科学部の
I don't know, I was playing Repo.
なんてすごく変じゃない？
この服だからこそ俺がラベル学部の
Just saw a VOD yesterday. CZN luck was insane. 10 pull after my 5-star, you get a triple 5-star. Yep. What's even more hilarious is that somebody in my YouTube chat was like, well, what did he say again? Oh, here he comes back again. Somebody in my YouTube chat was like, oh, like you don't even react that much to your to like whenever you get godlike gacha luck. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, I've been playing gacha for so long that I've kind of seen it all, right? You know, I'm not gonna freak out unless I get like 3 5-stars in a row, and then the like 2 multis after I say that. Will really wants you to progress the story. Yeah, to be fair, Will is not the only gacha game that, you know, does that.
あった
How do you feel about
パイロッ
this?
トスーツのまま科学部の選択科目
Fucking Glaive, that fucking retard. Oh yeah, right. Fucking bike skin. Is this a new wing set? Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh yeah, there's the new here's the new $40 bundle. Will you check out the crash out, make a video on it? I'm already working on another video. I guess that video should be on the shorter side though, so like maybe if I feel like it, I'll just, you know, point and laugh at. I'll just include a segment in the video where I just point and laugh at the clown for being for being a little fucking pussy ass bitch. Top insane score team is Seiya, Mika, double Seiya, Mika, Camp Kotama, Nagisa, and Himari. I guess they just go straight to nuking Hod then, huh? If it's reliable, then I'll do it. If it's not though, if it's super RNG based, then yeah, I'm just gonna say fuck that shit.
スペクトルデータによればこの隕石サンプルに含まれるレアアースの含有量は約 12%。 高濃度です。
起動シミュレーションでも天空
Oh well, I like the Persona music, you wonder?
が証明されていま
I
す
don't have anything against it. Persona music, from what I remember, is usually very vibey, so makes sense that they can you can play Persona music while just riding around your motorcycle. You keep getting Magna? You have up to E5 Magna? Are you fucking serious? Jesus. That could have been like 5 other fucking 5 other different fucking 5 stars.
精密たること、数値化可能なこと、それこそが検証、再現、そして比較を可能にするための科学研究の基礎なの。学園の建物に刻まれたあのメモリはね。
Whole Persona music, they might have actually, yeah. I like how the name of this event is just Persona Sonic. It's like, okay. Huh, that's interesting. Specifically P5R and P3R? Where's P4? Because people love Persona 4 too, no? Why is it just 3 and 5? Is it because those two are the most recent ones? Yeah, you want a Renoa or a Ren? Ren? Isn't Ren a 4-star? Or did you mean somebody else? They pretend it doesn't exist like 1 and 2. Yeah, I forget that's how Atlas behaves, yeah. I mean, before P3R came out, they pretend like P3R didn't they pretend like P3 didn't exist either. Back when they were still producing stuff for Persona 4, I think it was. So I guess whenever they're working on content for, well, actually no, we can't say that about P1 or 2. Maybe we can say that about P4, but at least now we know that the reason why Atlas pretended like Persona 3 didn't exist was because they were planning to remaster it this entire time. So they just kept quiet about it. But who knows if they're gonna do the same thing for Persona 4? Persona 4, yeah. You're just happy not to lose the 50-50 on Serennial. You've seen so many people get Serennial dupes on a single multi. Including me, I guess. Even though I did not ask for that, but sure. But yeah. I guess a lot of people got lucky on Serennial's banner, huh? Very good, very good. Anyways, is there anything else I want to do?
やりたいことありすぎてやばいかも。一つずつ片付けてこう。
Insufficient materials. Alright, fine. I'll fucking progress your dog shit main story. God damn it.
昼夜健康。
おはよう。
絶対今度見せてくれよな。
ゆとりを持って歩くこと。
前の周波数だいぶ落ち着いたみたいだけど。
Birdwin put Lene in tier 0. Yeah, I heard. Apparently Lene is so good that she's in her own tier now. Kind of makes me want to call her the Bennett of Wuthering Waves. For a split second, I thought the robot character here was supposed to be the robot girl from the Angels of Delusion faction in Zenless. Portu's been desensitized, not like those clickbait tubers with the pog face, the soy pog face saying "Godlike Gotcha luck" or "Devs listened." Yeah, I think I explained this before, but I just don't have that kind of hype beast personality. Like I can freak out, I can freak out sometimes, but I don't like doing it just to manufacture content. When was the last time you gave Wuwa story a try? Never.
主任、確かに彼のコードに不備がありました。ですが、結果的に動作に。
待って、少し止まって。
Serenio's busted in CCN. I played a bit of her during like the story and then her trial a bit. Yeah, she seems really damn good. I'm gonna have to try to level her up as soon as possible because I believe this current cycle of hyperspace basin has a lot of asks you to bring in a lot of order damage, I think, and I think Serenio is supposed to be order damage. Makes sense. Gacha endgame prioritizing gacha characters after all. If you had to recommend one action gacha game, which one would it be? You want to play something that's not Nikke? One action gacha? Zenless. Yo, Zizar, welcome back.
よし、それじゃあ目線ちょうだい。3、2、1。取れたよ。
Also depends on what kind of action you're looking for. That's true as well, because you might like certain types of action games, but not others. But assuming we don't have to worry about that nuance just yet. I would recommend Zenless first and foremost. Try out Zenless, and then if you don't like Zenless, then try out Wuthering Waves next. Hey, yo, Zizar, thanks so much for the 8-month resale. Welcome back. Got the chance to register for the NTE beta. Well, I mean, I can, but I'm not gonna bother.
普通はスタート落ち列車に乗るか自分で運転するんだよね。正式に入学したわけだし、早速学園支給の乗り物に乗ってみない？そうしようか。決まり？じゃあ取りに行こう。
Hey, yo, ZDN, welcome back, man.
シグマさん、学園。
Let's see how the clown's gonna glaze Kuro and call it free-to-play friendly while calling Dial-In from Zenless predatory. He'll come up with something. You can count on the rats being retarded enough to do that. see. Okay. E does make you jump, but left click also makes you jump too. Am I stuck up here? Where the fuck did Lene come from?
そっちが本当の狙いだったの？
Oh, this is just the auto scroll. Is that a ring system off in the distance over there? It'd be cool if this planet that Wuthering Waves takes place on were a ringed planet. I don't think it is, but looks like there's a ring system up there of some kind. Instinct? Oh, right, that's instinct. I was confusing my my element damage. Or my element types in CZN. How UK it's bad? I'm assuming, Allied, you're asking me why I skipped Wuwa's story. Two reasons. One, I don't have much faith in mainstream Chinese gacha stories in the first place. If you'll allow me to elaborate on that for a bit here. Unfortunately, I believe that Chinese gacha, or just Chinese entertainment mediums in general, they are held back by being Chinese because, unfortunately, China is, well, they got a Chinese dictator ruling the country. They call themselves communists, but are they really? Either way, because China's pretty anal about their political shit, the CCP tries to control every facet of Chinese society. If they can, wherever they can, and so what that entails is entertainment in China, right? Whether it's movies or games or whatever, they cannot talk about politically sensitive things. You can't just openly discuss, like, you know, political opposition to the ruling party or talk about shit that they don't like, right? You've probably heard of the recent Star Rail fiasco, where MiHoYo has been forced to change their upcoming 4.x client version because it was supposed to be a Japanese-themed planet that we're going to go to next, but because of a recent geopolitical drama between China and Japan in the past month or so, now MiHoYo is on the hot seat, and so they have to fucking scrap that shit, or at least modify it heavily where they get rid of any like sign of anything that's remotely Japanese, and save the actual Japanese planet for later, maybe. But we'll see what they end up doing. So, because of that, and because Wuthering Waves is big enough for me to consider it to be a big gacha game, right? I do say the big four after all, and Wuthering Waves is one of those games. That means that Wuwa is in the mainstream eye in China. And if you are a mainstream gacha in China, that means that a lot of the nationalist Chinese people, who we affectionately like to call little pinks, as their little derogatory nickname. A lot of the little pinks, or just other super nationalistic Chinese people, will always have their eyes on stuff like this, because, you know, things, you know, if a gacha game is big, then naturally everyone will know about it, or at least a lot of people will know about it. And if at any point a big thing, like let's say a big gacha game like MiHoYo's games or Wuwa for that matter, like even remotely tries to talk about something that could be potentially controversial in the mainland, then yeah, those things, those games or whatever, those gachas run a risk of, you know, aggroing the little pinks and causing them to start flinging nationalistic fervor shit and nationalistic propaganda, being like, you're insulting the CCP, you're insulting our glorious country, and threaten to report them to the CCP and or threaten to report them to the government, and that is actually way more effective than a lot of people realize. Just due to the political nature in China right now. Technically, it's always kind of been like that, though there have been years in the past where the CCP was a lot more lax about what you could and couldn't say. Like there was a point in time back when you know China was still like developing as an industrialized country where people could legitimately you know, criticize the government, not get their asses jailed or get their fucking organs harvested because of it. These days, no, that's definitely not the case anymore. Hasn't been for a while now. At least ever since Xi Jinping took power. Anyways, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to blame politics on this, I kind of have to. Chinese gacha stories will, at least the mainstream Chinese gachas, will never have stories, in my opinion, that are truly interesting to me, because one, their politics don't allow for them to actually have an interesting story, because if you restrict like half the shit you can say and that you want to write about in a story, then, you know, like, I'm not saying you can't make an interesting story out of the topics you have left, but still, it's like, you can't deny that that's a lot of potential like story writing creativity just kind of thrown out the window right then and there. Not only that, but because a big Chinese gacha game wants to be mainstream, I mean it already is technically, they want to appeal to as many people as possible, and the Chinese players especially have very particular tastes in what they want out of their stories, right? Be it a harem simulator or, you know, whatever it is that they like, right? So that severely limits like the quality of like the big mainstream Chinese gacha games. Funnily enough, Genshin is probably the one the one story where now they probably have the most interesting story, to me at least, because they're actually giving a shit about putting some effort into Nodcry's story and making it actually fucking somewhat interesting. Whereas all the other stories, Zenless included, is like, so we've seen this before. Like we've seen this formula, this cookie cutter formula, be done, you know, time and time again. I think, at least in my opinion. So, for Wuwa specifically, what turned me off from the story, like from the very get-go, was that as soon as I found out that Wuwa, the Kuro game, announced that they changed their story. Like they had to change 90% of their story. At first, before Wuwa came out, because they said that before Wuwa came out, because they changed their beta story. So before Wuwa came out, I heard that, I was like, oh cool, they decided to change the story to better fit their audience. That's cool, I guess. But then when Wuwa came out, and I started reading like the first bits of story or whatever, I was like, wait a minute, they just fucking pandered to their fucking Chinese mainstream viewers now, didn't they? Or mainstream players now, didn't they? Because the CBT story for Wuwa, at least in the very beginning when you first land in Huanglong, or just land on the planet in general, the initial Huanglong characters don't know who you are, and they don't immediately start sucking your dick. Because in the original story, when you have to fight against Crownless, right? Rover fights against Crownless and actually holds her own, I think, or holds their own, her own. While the other Huanglong characters were having trouble with Crownless, and after Rover beats back Crownless, or whether it was her or somebody else or whatever, or when they're able to actually defend themselves for the time being, the other Huanglong characters are like, who the fuck are you? Like, they don't know who Rover is, and so they appropriately they treat her with suspicion. They treat Rover with suspicion because like they'd never heard of them. They've never seen them before. Rover, that is. And all of a sudden, Rover just comes out of nowhere and fucking fights is able to go toe to toe against Crownless when everyone else couldn't, or at least struggled against Crownless. It's like, not only that, but the Chinese players really fucking disliked or really fucking hated Chisa pointing her gun at Rover too. There was that whole thing. So you go from a story like that where it's at least somewhat realistic in terms of like how people like people's reactions and stuff like that, at least a somewhat grounded story like that, to when Wuwa finally launched, when you load into the game and after you get past the initial cutscene of you floating in the middle of fucking space or whatever, and you wake up in Huanglong, bro, your Rover ass wakes up on getting a fucking lap pillow from, who was it, Yang? Either Yang or Chisa. I don't think it was Chisa. I think Chisa was there too, but I don't think Chisa was the one giving. Wait, was her name Chisa? No, not Chisa. Sorry, I'm confusing names here. Chixia. That's right, it's Chixia. They have very similar names. So my bad. So every time I said the name Chisa, forget I said Chisa. I meant Chixia. But so it's like I was like, oh. As soon as I realized that, I was like, oh. Well, that was certainly a choice. So now that I think about it, so when I thought back on it, when I thought back on the devs claiming that they had to change 90% of the story in just 6 months, I was like, okay, so how much of the story did you really change? You know? Like, you don't just change a story, like, you don't just change your entire story like that in just 6 months. Like, I'm sorry. Like, maybe you can, but to expect to have an actually good story after that? I don't know, man. And I guess the third reason why I haven't really been keeping a Wuwa story is that I've been getting like little drip beats from my own viewers, because my viewers know that I don't care for Wuwa's story. I just skip all of it if I can. But some of my viewers still read Wuwa's story, and quite a few of them just tell me, yeah, no, Wuwa's story is like it's not all that. Like, it's very flashy, it looks cool and all that, but story-wise, there's nothing to write home about. Huanglong's story 1.0, Wuwa had their story had its problems. 2.0 story had their problems. So I expect 3.0 to be the exact same. Maybe that won't be the case. I hope it's not. I'm not out here hoping that Wuwa has a shit story or anything. It's just that I won't. Even if it does get good, I don't know if I personally will still bother reading it though. Because like Nodcry story is getting good, or Genshin story is getting good with Nodcry, but I still skip that shit anyway. So I'll probably give Wuwa the same treatment too, if Wuwa ends up actually having a decent story here in 3.0. But it's like, like I'm good. And then the final reason is that I play like 17, 18 different gacha games. If I'm gonna main all those gacha games at the same time, and then still have time to play other gacha games and just do other stuff in general, then I've got to sacrifice something. Story is the first thing I sacrifice in gachas as far as content goes. Aren't their harem stories also come from their gender equality problem? Oh, you mean from the Chinese standpoint? Yeah, I guess so. Because yeah, China has a horrible fucking gender imbalance. There are way more guys in China than there are girls. So what the heck did you just come back to? Oh, I was just bitching about Wuwa's story and why I don't bother with it. Excuse me. You fucking hate clown. I won't say, I'm not gonna go so far as to say I hate Saint Tontus himself, but I definitely hate what he does and how he thinks. You get a free dupe in ZZN through Adventure. Yeah, the Omega code or whatever it's called. Yeah, I already bought that. I think it's as part of the part 2 shop, I think. Yeah, second wave. Yeah, I picked up that one already. Hey, King of Gacha. Sorry for getting to you late, but yeah. Welcome back. And yeah, you're right, Crazy Wolf. Not order damage, because the order symbol is like green or something. It's instinct damage. I keep confusing those names. I know what passion looks like. I know what void looks like. I always confuse order and instinct. I think there's one more too, right? Justice. I think there's justice damage, right? I think justice damage. Justice is what Haru is. You show my stream to your account buying friend. He asks how he can fix his problem every time he buys a gacha account. He kind of has FOMO. What better account is out there on the market? He's never going to buy. He's never going to fix his problem. Tell him I said that, Chisa. The problem is not finding a new account, a good enough account where he doesn't feel like he'll have FOMO with it. The problem is the fact that he feels FOMO for buying from buying gacha accounts to begin with. Because here's the thing, Chisa, make sure you tell your friend this. Here's the thing, the reason why buying more accounts won't work for him, it won't get rid of his FOMO, his feelings of FOMO, even still, is that there's always going to be a better account that he can buy. The problem then becomes, how does he access it? Or how does he find it? There will always be a better account than whatever he buys. Right? Like, your friend, Chisa, your friend can buy, like, the most stacked gacha account ever for a gacha game. But, as soon as he sees, like, a screenshot of somebody else's account that's better, or hell, he just goes to watch a stream of somebody who plays the same gacha and has a way better account than what he bought, then he's gonna want that account too. Like, unless he doesn't feel that way about accounts that that are already owned by other people and they're not for sale, in which case, you know, I guess, you know, respect to that, I guess. At least he knows how to control himself. But no, there's always going to be a better account that he can buy. The problem is that he just doesn't know about them. Or maybe on the off chance that he does, he wouldn't know how to he wouldn't know who to contact to be like, hey, can I buy your account or whatever. He's never gonna solve that problem unless he addresses the core issue here, which is why is he buying accounts to fucking satisfy his FOMO. Like, sorry dude, you're never gonna get over that until you learn to fucking stick with one account and just fucking work on that shit and fucking grind up your characters your damn self. Like, I'm not even asking him to, I don't even think he needs to like start a brand new account. He can just buy an account. I mean, he already does that, so why the fuck not? I'm not saying he shouldn't buy accounts, but he's got to find a gacha account that he's willing to stick with long term. Buy that shit and then stick with that shit and play that account for a long time. And then try to make that account his own. But he's not going to do that because of the kind of person he is. Fuck politics. Wish it were gone from the gaming medium. Unfortunately, so long as we play gacha games, it never really will be. Well, not until the CCP falls, but you know, that's not going to happen tomorrow. Little twinks would suit them better. True. Korean CZN players are crying about Serenial being a true limit. Really? Why would they bitch about that? It's kind of surprising. Do I mind Serenial being a limited? No. I mean, it helps that I have a lot of gacha currency, so even if I lost the coin flip for her ass, I would have been able to guarantee her anyway. But no, gacha games, plenty of gacha games out there do true limited. I grew up with fucking FGO, bruh. 90% of the characters in FGO are fucking limited. Wuwa has Ishikawa Yui voice. Yeah, I think Yui voices Ishikawa Yui voices, who was it? Yang Yang, I think it was. You take true limiteds as like for example, Rainbow Six Siege operators from like in Arknights. Yeah, exactly. Like collab characters. Yeah. Forgot to say this about Wuwa's new endgame. It's practically built for whales. Also, gearless locked when you use a team. Toxic Wuwa fanbase shits on Stygian Onslaught in Genshin, but they glaze Wuwa's endgame, saying it's a skill issue if you can't clear. How fucking big of hypocrites are they? The new endgame mode, was it this thing right here? Yeah, this doubled pawns thing. Yeah, high difficulty challenger or whatever the fuck. You keep trying to vibe with Wuwa's story, but there's always some kind of Deus Ex Machina or jump-in logic that turns you off. Last one you actually legit enjoyed was Cantarella's. For Lovas wasn't bad either. Never heard of gacha account buying addictions, but I guess it's like the grass is greener on the other side thing. Yeah, I don't personally understand that, but you know, a lot of gacha players out there, so. I mean, it kind of makes sense to get into the habit of expecting every character to be evergreen. Now they just have to adjust. So now they have to adjust expectations. The way I see it, it's more that who is it? Chisa has already explained. Chisa already mentioned to us before in previous streams that his account buying friend doesn't like to grind. So just based off that logic, that means that it's really simple. He has to keep buying accounts to keep up because he doesn't want to put in the grind to keep up with the game himself. Because he doesn't want to put in the effort. He would rather just spend money. So he's infinitely just gonna have to keep buying accounts because content will always be updated for gacha games. And if he always wants to keep up, then that means he's always got to keep buying accounts. Yeah, that Marble Pawns game mode really is for whale only. Has a gear lockdown. It's fucking stupid as a free-to-play. If you don't have enough limited weapons, you're fucking screwed. Yeah, fucking gear as well? Jesus. Yeah, that makes sense because that means that they want you to pull for every single fucking weapon, every single fucking what is it? Limited weapon. Yeah, because if all your characters have their own limited signature weapons, then yeah, you don't ever have to worry about the gear lock thing. But yeah, I'll have to play it myself to see just how awful it is. Hey, Lewis, Boskin, welcome back. Yeah, I heard about the clown's crash out over Zodan. I didn't see it myself, but apparently he crashed out over Zodan's counter response. As he should. Clown is a fucking retard. Kind of considering buying a season account instead of just rolling. Hey man, I ain't got a problem with people just buying accounts. You know, it's your money. Technically, it's against EOS, but you know, I ain't gonna fucking snitch. What's the point of that? Not like gacha companies can like enforce that shit, or you know they don't. It's like it's not really worth their time to do so. Unless I guess there's like some serious money involved, I guess, but still. Picked up this very early version of Enfield. It's called Satisfactory for some reason. Arknight's Enfield pre-alpha. Hey yo, Unk, I got a question. Yeah, what you got? You're making DPS Yuno, so you want Lene for her RL buff and for her Liberation buff and Mornier for a faster tune break. Your friend is saying Lene will become the DPS. You'll need Yuno copies. Is that true? Your friend is saying Lene will become the DPS and you'll need Yuno copies. Is that true? Doesn't Lene buff Yuno? Maybe you can have Lene be a sub DPS. Because I think Lene scales off attack anyway. So if that's the case, you might as well build her with crit stats anyway. As for needing Yuno copies, you don't really need copies of characters and dupes in this game. Let me show you. I can do all the content in Wuwa, well, except for the Marble Pawns game mode that we just got with this patch. And I might not be able to do that either because, you know, fucking whale-ass Stygian Onslaught type shit, dog shit gameplay. At least that's what I'm hearing. But anyways, let me just show you real quick. Also, did my color grading, did my color reset? No, I think my color filters are still okay. I guess it's just this menu. Yeah, my menu here looks, the colors here look really washed out for some reason. But the overworld looks fine. Huh. Wonder why that is. Anyways, I have every single limited character in this game. They are all S0. Lupa, Brant, Chun-Li, Chisa, Choyuan, Galbrina, Yuno, Augusta, Frolova, Cartwheel, Siachana, Zanny, Cantarella, Peeb, Racia, Carlotta, Camellia, Shorekeeper, Shangli Yao, Zeji, or Jeji, so I should pronounce her name, I think, Jinshi, Yinlin, and Jian. Everybody I have in this game is S0. The only 5 stars I have beyond S0 are the perma characters, obviously, as you might imagine. That, and for some reason I still don't have calculator. I guess I should be thankful for that. But the point is that you don't need copies of extra characters, man. Maybe you'd want to if you're gonna go off and try to fully clear the new endgame mode that we got with this patch called doubled pawns. Because I'm assuming this is Wuwa's equivalent of like Stygian Onslaught in Genshin, or Anomaly Arbitration from Star Rail, or even Deadly Assault from Zenless. But aside from that, no, you should never have to feel like you gotta pull for a dupe for a limited 5-star character. I would argue that their limited 5-star weapons are way more important in this game, just because, you know, weapons are guaranteed. There's no you can't lose a coin flip or anything like that. When you get a 5-star on weapon banner, you know exactly what you're gonna get. So it's just a matter of, you know, hitting the 5-star. So I would say that Lene could become a DPS, maybe. I would imagine you'd rather use her as a sub DPS though, and a sub DPS buffer, just because of how her outro skill works. But you would want to build her crits anyway, so I guess you're building her like a DPS, even if that's not how she's going to be used most of the time. But for your question, no, I don't think you have to pull for copies. That's a very that's one of the pitfalls of being a more casual gacha player. Casual gacha players will be a lot more susceptible to thinking that you need to have copies of a gacha character, when in most cases that's not really true at all. There can be some 5-star characters that definitely do rely on their constellations or their dupe levels or whatever, but not in this game. You already have her signature? Well, you're already halfway there then. Like, if you want to go for extra copies, then sure, that's fine. I ain't gonna stop you. It's your gacha. It's your gems after all. So if you still want to listen to your friend and secure 1 or 2 more copies of anyway, then that's on you. I would say you don't have to do that, and you can just save your gems for somebody else, Mornier, whoever else. Have I seen new Azure Lane skins? New ones? You mean the ones that just came out like today or something? Like the holiday ones or whatever? Yeah, holiday ones. Well, they're all just fucking bikinis. But yeah, I'll try to pick up some of them. I might have to wait a bit, wait a little bit on them though. But we'll see. You prefer Lene as a sub but in the bedroom. I see. I see. Speak yo shit, fam. Big news, you're finally getting a gaming laptop tomorrow, so you can finally play Zenless, and I can't wait for Enfield next month. Hey, congrats, man. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your new gaming laptop, dude. Do you think in Star Rail it feels like you need dupes because power creeps is too high, which is a problem sometimes? I think it's only realistically a problem in arbitration anomaly or anomaly arbitration. But anomaly arbitration does give you any gems, so who the fuck cares? I've been able to keep up with all 3 endgame modes in Star Rail just fine. Off of E0 characters for like the past year or so, 2 years even. Wuwa ain't too dupe reliant? Yeah, no, I don't think it's dupe reliant at all. Star Rail, arguably Genshin are more dupe reliant. I agree, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. At least for anything that doesn't involve either clearing anomaly arbitration or dire difficulty Stygian onslaught. Because those difficulties are completely optional. Because they don't give you any gems. It's just, oh, here's a fucking dog shit weapon skin. Or here's some more self-modeling resins that won't give you shit anyway. So, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Also, I don't have C1 Novalet. My Novalet's always been C0. How is Wuwa already bigger than Genshin? It's not even 2 years old. Oh, because Kuro does not optimize Wuwa at all. They haven't optimized Wuwa at all. Maybe they'll do it in the future, but for right now, they don't really give a shit. And 2, Genshin's been out for longer, and so they Genshin devs have been able to have had the time to clean it up a bit, because they've slowly but surely added optimization, like compression updates for the game, where they've been somewhat cutting down on Genshin's file size, especially on mobile, especially for mobile players, or on mobile devices rather. Also, maybe Wuwa being on Unreal Engine could have something to do with it too. I'm no programmer, or I'm no game dev myself, so I don't know how true that is per se, but. Your team on your current account is Zanny, Peeb, Chisa, and then Lene, Mornier. You're taking a break from Star Rail because of how empty and dry it's becoming. Yeah, it certainly feels like that, huh? Technically, it's been like that since the end of the 2.x client version, where they've really been cutting back on like the content to focus on the story. But to be fair, Wuwa's been kind of doing that shit too for a while now. Ever since like 2.1, 2.2. You think being parasocial with gacha characters is okay since they are not real? As long as you understand that, yes, those gacha characters aren't real, and you don't go out of your way to harass other people with it.
でも冷静さを失った相手は私の一撃を直に食らってノックアウトだ。
If you can understand those things, then sure, be as parasocial as you want. God help the Wuwa mobile players. Yeah, I know, right? Jesus. Wuwa isn't dupe reliant for any of the classic modes. Dupes make as much or more of a damage difference in Genshin slash Star Rail. Just like endgame is easily clearable with the base kits. So in other words, it doesn't matter. You've played Wuwa on a flagship grade phone and you can still be laggy sometimes. Yeah, so the optimization stuff. You'd argue Hoya is about the same, to be honest. E0, R0, the whole cast will be enough for all the basic content as long as you know what you're doing. Same as Wuwa. Technically speaking, Wuwa is actually, if I'm gonna continue this train of logic real quick. Also, yeah, hey, what's going on, Ryuji? If I'm gonna continue this train of logic real quick, technically speaking, Wuwa is actually slightly worse because of how much 5-star characters tend to rely on their 5-star signatures. Even if you don't have their signature weapon, it's like, oh, like, you know, like, I hope you can pull the fucking standard weapon then. But that's still a 5-star, and that still takes time. And even if the weapon banners are guaranteed, it's like, you know, that still takes time to accumulate pulls for, you know. "27 days, am I ready for Enfield? Hell no. Fucking hell no, dude. But I'll be there regardless." Wuwa is also pretty laggy on PlayStation, PS5 as well, barely hitting 40 FPS. Optimization is dog shit. Not surprising. Yeah, hopefully Kuro Game can take some time to optimize the game at some point. Why not Reddit? No, I'm just saying that because, you know, just to emphasize how close it is. It's not that you know I can't play it or anything. I definitely will, or at least I'll definitely try. But I'm just saying, like, holy shit, Enfield is like just around the corner right now, or is literally is right around the corner. Must be real Unreal specifically, especially for me, because I've already played Arknights OG. OG Arknights, you're a newcomer to the IP. I guess? Like, don't get me wrong, Enfield. I still feel like Enfield is a very, very different game from. Why did I take this? Enfield is a very, very different game from OG Arknights. Like, I know the IP is the same, and a lot of the characters are gonna be are returning as well, so that'll be nice. But Enfield is gonna be a totally different vibe. Still hyped as fuck though. It can't come sooner. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here freaking out doing the wait, no meme. Why not? We've all waited for long enough. Yeah, well, I don't know. That means that Enfield will be my 19th gacha, technically speaking. So.
Yes.
They won't optimize it, or they don't want to do it for consoles, only on PCs. Yeah, probably PCs and what is it? PC and
Yes.
and mobile phones, tablets or whatever. You've been waiting for so long that it's diminished any of the hype you felt when you first saw the trailer. Yeah, because we've known about it for like 3 years at this point. The very first Enfield trailer.
Yes.
The one that shows you walking around with what, Perlica or whatever her name is. Launch day stream for sure, right? I'll try. Yeah. Almost 4 now. Yeah, we're getting there. You thought Arknights was a niche game, didn't expect it to be that successful to fund another game high quality and high quality. Oh, Shy, the reason for that is because Arknights is extremely popular in China. It's not quite like a mainstream level production, mainstream level gacha like Genshin or even Wuthering Waves, but no. Arknights is very popular in China. It's got a huge and very loyal fan base in China. That's why. It's like, Arknights is a pretty niche gacha out here in the West, yeah. So I get where you're coming from with that. But no, in mainland China, no, it is very popular. So that's where they got all their that's where they got all their funding, or at least a lot of it. I have a bigger emotional attachment to GFL or Arknights, IP-wise. IP-wise? Yeah, GFL 1, or Girls Frontline, yeah. Because I've been playing it for 3 years longer. 3 years? 2 years longer. GFL 2 as well. Yeah, similar feeling. Is it accurate to say Arknights doesn't have a fraction of the success in the West like they do in China? Somewhat accurate, yeah. Like, people know about Arknights. It's like enough people know about it to where it's a more recognizable IP to like the modern gacha audience than like FGO is at this point. I would argue. But yeah, no. Either way.
Yes.
Way more successful in the mainland than it is outside of it. Because of the tower defense gameplay, probably yeah. Mainly because of the tower. Excuse me. Mainly because of the tower defense gameplay. That and remember, Arknights came out just before Genshin did. Arknights global servers came out January 2020. Genshin would come out, September, October of the same year. So 9 months later. 8-9 months later. Because Arknights came out just before Genshin, Arknights didn't have much of a budget. Hypergriff and Yostar didn't really have plans to like really support it with like a huge marketing budget to make sure that it did as well as possible. Not to mention, obviously, before the rise of Genshin, gacha games were still very niche back then. So simply due to the timing, in Arknights' case, Arknights maybe could have been a lot bigger of a game had it come out after Genshin. And maybe after, even more popular if Hypergriff decided to delay Arknights' release by like, I don't know, maybe by 6 months to a year after Genshin came out, maybe. But it didn't do that, so no. Arknights, if you want to think of it this way, kind of got screwed over just by the timing, I guess. All right, take care, Omni stuff. Catch you next time. Like, if CZN came out pre-Genshin, it would have had way less players because Genshin made the gacha space way bigger, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because look at Epic 7. The devs, the same devs who made Chaos Zero Nightmare, they also made Epic 7. Epic 7 came out in 2018. And like, yeah, sure. You know, quite a few people still play Epic 7, but Chaos Zero Nightmare is more designed to capture the modern gacha audience now. I mean, just look no further than the fact that Smilegate designed CZN to basically be a Hoyo clone, with the way its gacha works and all that. The way its gacha system works, the way character progression works, like almost everything about CZN is basically just straight ripped from a Hoyo game. You more excited for Return to XPs or new characters in Enfield? Both. Both actually. Familiar faces. I'm very interested to see what new characters they put into Enfield. My favorite new character in Enfield is by far Yvonne, because her tits are fucking massive. So hopefully they'll keep giving us banger new characters. But I get the feeling that Hypergriff will want to bring back a lot of older characters. Because look at Girls Frontline too.
旅を共にしてきたこれが私と世界のつながりを証明してくれる
Can't wait to grind Enfield with y'all. Yep, same here. When it finally does come out.
行こう 行こう さっきのは
あれはコレクターの歴代研究者や職員、そして
Looks like we
学生
meet
たちの
Mornier
思い出
pretty early, huh?
です。ええ
What is the deal with her legs anyway? Are they confirmed to be prosthetic legs or whatever?
連続した自己意識を構成する重要な部分、人の記憶です。ラハイロイは虚無の名式の流出物、ボイドストームに常に覆われています。それによってあらゆる生命体の周波数が消滅していきます。その対策として研究員は人の存在を記録できるカセットを開発しました。一人一人の周波数と記憶を残すために。そして亡くなった人
Do you
々の
wish they'd
カセットを
improved on farming for
保管
materials
してい
and
ます
gear in season? Because farming in Hoyo games is a pain in the ass, but at least Hoyo does try to improve on that front. Yeah, but also to be fair, the Hoyo games have all been out for a while, whereas CZN's only been out for like 2 months. So, doubtful that Smilegate will do anything to optimize or improve the gear farming or just the material farming in general in CZN for a while.
「書き込みプロトコル起動」「共鳴リンクの準備完了」「カウントダウン5秒前4 3
Didn't expect me to be a story skipper? No, I've never tried to hide the fact that I just skip all the fucking story I come across. I don't care. I think you must have been you must have entered chat or joined the stream after I went on my whole spiel about why I don't bother reading most gacha story.
すぐに目をでしょ
Hey, this is that scene I was talking about. For over schizoing out. So GFL 2 has a bunch of returning cast, Enfield 2, even Star Rail has a bunch of XPs from Genshin, or not Genshin, Honkai, Genshin 2's returning cast is gonna go hard. January stacked with the Nikkei New Year, Zenless 2.5, Genshin's Columbina. Yeah, lots of stuff to do. I like the music though. I like this kind of music. The kind of like dreamy, trancey music. I mean, so far, Lahai Roy's soundtrack has been fucking amazing so far. At least FGO will be done by then. Don't be so you know. Don't be so sure about that. Not gonna bother trying out Enfield, but gonna watch me play it anyway. You sound like you're reconsidering things too often, but feeling okay with your gacha rotation. Yeah, man. Don't don't worry about it, man. Just play the gachas you want, right? Obviously there will be some FOMO if you don't play a gacha at the same time as everyone else does. But hey, at least the gachas will always be here, as long as you know the gachas don't EOS or anything. They'll always be here, so you can always catch up. Reminiscing about the old days, yeah. The soundtrack was very appropriate for that too. Very nostalgic sounding. Personally, more excited for new characters because you're already attached to the original characters. Yeah, makes sense. I'm like half and half.
簡単に言うと空に浮かんでいる太陽を交換しようという
Waifu montage, Truly gathering wives. If you don't play for story, you just mainly play for endgame. I play for the gameplay mainly. Story is a nice side thing if I feel like reading it, but usually I don't. The only gacha game story that I will actually take the time to read is FGO's. But even for FGO, I haven't really been reading their story much, just because time constraints. But I play it mainly for the gameplay. Because, you know, unlike most gacha gamers out there who are casual as fuck, or, you know, they used to be normies before they became dirty little gacha players, you know, I'm something of a gamer myself, I think. taking me straight past this place. Do I feel nostalgic thinking about Huanglong? Sort of? Kind of? A little bit. Nowhere near as much as I feel for like Genshin, year 1 Genshin. Like Mondstadt and Liyue Genshin. I feel hella nostalgia for like the start of Genshin, but for Wuwa, there's a little bit, sure, but not nowhere near as much. Wait, why does Lene use that echo? Fuck.
やけに攻撃的だけど、もしかして改装されてるのかな。やっぱりフラクトシデスの仕業だね。
New Year's program will be 1 hour less. That's interesting. They usually don't cut down on the New Year's program like the amount of time that it takes. I wonder if they're just cutting out sponsors. Like surely they're just taking out sponsors, right? Or cutting out on sponsor time? Oh, here's the that
今を話
boss.
してる場合じゃないか。気をつけ。対戦車が完全に暴走する。あいつが研究員を攻撃する前に止めなきゃ。よーく見てるんだよ。やっほー。ジャンプ。いや、焦んなくていいじゃん。
Oh, they gave Linnea a different was it dodge animation.
これも踊る力に静寂に沈め。よっよっ勝負よ。誰だ見ててねその輝きを。目離さないでね。よっほーはっ急カーブやっちゃった。ジャンプ。誰だツーリングでもどう？ジャンプ。わ
Not really sure what's happening here.
お。なめないで。
Of course, Wuwa's favorite thing to do, which is to give every single boss and their fucking mother a one-shot attack.
静寂に沈め。行こう。これも踊る力に勝負よ。やっあっよっやっはっ
That Genshin starting beach and Mondstadt is definitely nostalgic, right? I actually feel more nostalgic for like the rest of Mondstadt, not necessarily that starting beach.
人間は学生じゃないんでしょ。本当は私も
But yeah, no. I feel more nostalgic for like
考えたことない。
I think one of the most nostalgic places for me in Mondstadt would be
難しい考えも何もかも捨てて
what is it?
普通の青春を謳歌する学生
The
を
central
生きてみたいな
statue of the Seven, where it's in front of the giant ass tree in the middle of Mondstadt. That and the giant cliff overlooking the beach from all the way up top. That place is pretty cool too. I used to hang out there a
世の中
lot.
にはどうしても思い出せないことがあるし
Lots of places in Leo are also really, really nostalgic too. For me personally.
私たちは住む世界が違う
FGO or GFL, IP based, which one do I feel more passionate for? Answer should be obvious, it's FGO. Harry Mondstadt, Leo music, and an orchestra concert. Would I cry even? I don't know if I would cry. But I would definitely enjoy my time there. Or I would definitely vibe out to the concert. Nostalgia for Blue Archive Year 1. I don't really feel much nostalgia for Blue Archive. I'm sorry.
やっぱ
Can't say I do. feel like Genshin has better map or like world building? Like you mean there's the way the map looks, I guess? I don't know. Maybe. You could be right.
さすが
前回そいつの武器を作った学生は排出口のところで誰の材料が爆発した？
ママさんの保険の授業紹介させて。こちらはアイリス先輩、スタートーチ学園のそう、ここの管理者で文献センターのインデックスを担当してるんだ。すっごく頼れる先輩だよ。
I tried fishing in BD2. No, not yet. Haven't really been doing much of anything complicated in BD2. Just doing dailies and events, and that's it. Oh, oh, ow, fuck.
シンク
Planning to buy monthly from now on in Stella Sora. I assume you're talking about Stella Sora, right? Devs are showing signs of improvement in the game, even though the whining about the pull economy are over exaggerated. The only thing I legitimately have a problem with in Stella Sora, assuming that's the game you're talking about right now, is that they cranked up the cost of gacha from 1,500 up to 3,000. Like that's the only problem I have with that, and I think that's legitimately a bad thing that they did. But
どうして論文をアップロードするときいつもアイリスに図書館
どう？しゅ
もし輪廻の言う通りフラクトシデスが学園に潜伏してるなら 慎重な方法で研究員に情報を伝える必要がある。信頼できる人物を選ばないと。もう一度保健室。
あら、漂白者さん。どれどれ。
I believe he's our playable dude, right? For this client version. Luke Herson looks like a Scandinavian name. You'd say people lack nuance these days? Yeah, of course. It's the internet. Nobody wants to talk about nuance because most people don't even know about enough about the games they play to talk about nuance. Actually, what the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, talk to Lene. But yeah, no. It's either people don't know enough about the shit that they're bitching about on social media to even talk about nuance in the first place, or even if they do, they don't want to bother because, you know, it's the internet and who wants to put an effort into, you know, talking shit. Well, a lot of people do actually, so let me take that back. People just don't know. Even for people who do know the nuances, it's like, one, they either don't care enough to elaborate on the nuances, or two, they don't know how to explain themselves, and they just end up sounding like a fucking retard anyway. Only have Fire Team. Yep, Fire Team's my favorite team because it's got Changli and Lupa in it. And yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, RJD. Happy holidays. Hope you enjoy your hope you're enjoying your holidays so far. Enjoy 3.0 so far. Actually, yeah. I'm skipping through story as usual, but the soundtrack, the vibes, the exploration, they've all been really, really good, actually. Like, I was pretty excited for 3.0 going into this, and so far, my expectations are being met right now. At least so far. But yeah. Just cruising around on the motorbike stuff. All the music that's playing, just the overall ambience and vibes, they're all meeting expectations right now, so very solid patch here. At least so far.
漆黒の路地裏、ささやかれる秘密、
Or cutscenes here.
欲望を秘めた眼差し。傭兵からすればどれも日常。たまに思うんだ。もし見上げた先が夜空じゃないとしたら、もし別の人生を選べるんだ。
She's the antagonist bitch that Lene was fighting, or maybe it is supposed to be Lene.
私は迷わずつかむ。学園で過ごす時間は想像以上に楽しかった。
You're fighting yourself.
明るい廊下。知識
Fucking
の多い
dark
中
link ass.
そこで眺める景色、朝の挨拶、どれも目がくらむほど眩しくて。
Is it supposed to be one of? It's supposed to be that trope, the
人生って
that Gyaru transformation trope that you see in Dojins a lot.
でも売れない漫画のお約束みたいにさ、盗んだ人生はいつかバレて終わっちゃう。本当にこうして逃げていいの？
Oh no, not the magic numbers. Not the nuclear codes.
ボイドワームが学園の中に。
オイロマターバリアが完全に展開されたらここは安全です。列から遅れないように自分の周波数状態に気をつけながら速やかに安全な場所へ向かいなさい。
本当に行ってしまったの。何よりもまず事態を落ち着けよう。フラクトシレスが用意した装置は一つだけではないとミンネーは言っていた。遠隔操作できるならボイドワームを誘導した人物が学内にいる可能性は低い。この混乱で犯人探しは非現実的。ここはボイドワームを引きつけた方が良さそうね。かつて私の周波数を飲み込んだボイドワームなら共感を利用して注意を引けるかもしれない。
ヒオ伯爵さん、モーニエです。状況はヘルセン先生から伺いました。
Cutscene to more cutscene.
なんで来ちゃったの。
それはこっちのセリフだよ。
気づいたらもう
大丈夫。
敵バリアを欲しい
Am I supposed to be doing something? I think I control. I think I control this. I can definitely control the bike. I don't know if I'm supposed to be shooting the thing myself, or
どうするの。
maybe it just auto
ボ
shoots.
イドワームを迎撃アレイに誘い出して無力化する。モーニー教授から位置情報と権限をもらった。
それじゃ最大出力で装置を維持したのね。運転はあんたに任せたよ。私はボイドワームの様子を見張っとくから。
Why are you here? I'm the protagonist. I'm here to rescue you.
よしついてきた。このまま迎撃アレイから引き離して資源を稼がなきゃ。
Makes a lot of sense. They're doing a Persona collab. The music here definitely sounds like something straight out of a JRPG. I think somebody in YouTube chat, I think yesterday, when I did my Lene polls, said that they got, who was it? Sawano to do the boss music. I don't know if this is it. This kind of sounds like Sawano.
余裕。こっちの方はどうなってるのかな。
Susumu no, Sawano Hirayuki. Or Hiroyuki? Hirayuki? Oh, over there. Maybe watching me is really lucky for gacha. I was about to say, man. I was like, holy shit, you single multied, or singled, Sia Chana. I was like, maybe maybe watching his stream helped out or something.
これならどう？よそ見しちゃダメなんだから。今は私に集中して。
Hey, Abandoned Warehouse, how's it going, man? Sequence does look fun, though. It's definitely a vibe. I like the music. I wish the gameplay were a bit more engaging, but you know, it is what it is. Dumb gacha and all that. Actually, can you shoot this bitch while he's doing this? No, I don't think so. I think you have to. I think we have to specifically wait for the this big giant worm fucker to like jump in the air and then like try to blast us. Yeah, I think like this. Dude thinks he's from Lethal Company or some shit. Degen farming LGL lottery, gotcha.
次で最後ね。
おいおい、あのでかい虫の匂いが近づいてくるぞ。
分かってる。 ドワームが向かってきた。
Okay, now I actually am controlling the bike.
ええ。長く待たせない。
Yeah, this is the Zenless Blazewood bike scene all over again.
ボイドワームが汚染されてるね。時間がない。無理やりにでも停止させよう。
And they say Wuwa isn't the fucking Genshin clone. Am I supposed to do something here? Ow. I got blasted by something. It's covered in dodge pretty far.
すごい周波数だね。
私から離れなきゃ。攻撃の合間を縫って近づくよ。
Recently got into Uma Musume. Now understand the charm of the game. You don't like support cards, you need the limit break to be good though. Yeah, I would say try to ignore the gameplay of the game. Just try to get into it for the characters and, you know, the cute horse girls doing cute anime things. Attack the worm's weak spot? How do I do that? Left click, I guess. Is that Sakamoto Maya? Who voicing Lene? No, that's Marina Inoue. Yeah, the vocals are very Sawano Hiroyuki-esque. I sure hope this shit ain't copyrighted, because most of Sawano Hiroyuki's music is in fact copyrighted. Surely this won't be copyrighted because it's part of Wuwa's soundtrack, right? Feel like the boss fight could have been better. I mean, yes, but remember they have to make it easy enough for the casuals to get some dopamine out of. But yes, the boss fight definitely could have been better. It could have had more stakes in there. Actually have some engaging ass gameplay instead of just pressing two or three buttons at max. But it's a gacha. What can you do? Is that it?
パイロットスーツのまま科学部の選択科目の受講なんて。パイロットスーツのまま科学部で。
If that's all there is to the main quest for now, then holy shit, that was way shorter than I thought it was. Even with skipping, usually main quests are a bit longer than that. So used to Uma, you were about to ask if Lene is a late pacer, or sorry, late surger, or did you mean to say pace chaser? Probably more when Mornier drops. Oh yeah, like what they did last time with the final region of what, Septimont, I think it was. Second story chapter doesn't come until January 16th. Yeah, I get that, because I think that's what they did last patch. I'm just saying that even, I figure, I was kind of expecting the main story quest to be a bit longer. I don't know why I'm complaining about this. Like, I would, shouldn't I like main stories being shorter? Considering I fucking skip it all anyway. Surely there's more, right? That ended immediately after the big fight. Well, the current main story objective is to wait for Linnae to get in touch 2 days later. I don't know what that means. Well, either way. I guess we're done for now. Damn, that was quick, I know, right? Even with skipping, that felt like it was a little bit too fast. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get more story when Mornier drops in 3 weeks. Ow. Just use the in-game clock for 2 days and just get a small cutscene? Sure, why not? Guess we can get that done right now. Wait for Linnae to get in touch 2 days later. Did I not do that? Okay, there we go. At the garden. Oh, was I supposed to head straight to the garden? I meant that then that means that I gave her the wrong answer then. Have I tried new endgame, the double pawn game mode or whatever? No, not yet. But I've been told that it's basically Wuwa's version of Stygian Onslaught or something. But it sounds even worse because I think this game mode in Wuwa locks out your fucking gear, so you can't even use the same weapons or some shit, which is fucking insane, and not in a good way. Also, I just realized why the city, the academy music is so I like the academy music so much. It's because what is it? The soundtrack here in the academy is intentionally designed after what? Like your typical Japanese visual novel, right? Because whenever Japanese visual novels like have like some sort of school setting, they have a soundtrack that kind of sounds like this. So the whole Persona collab here makes even more sense now. Composers don't get enough credit. Amazing how they can create music that can be listened to in a loop. Yes, sir. Gotchas can be dog shit, but you know what's never dog shit? Their music. At least not most of the time. Unless you're Wuwa 1.0, you're 1.1.0 Wuwa, then in which case, yeah. Kind of a different story there, but other than that. Why? Oh, right here. Sakamoto Maya's song for FGO Part 2 returned back to went back up on Japan's Spotify Top 50 ranking because of the new story. Oh, an FGO. Yeah, I see. The boss rush with 4 bosses. After you beat all 4, it loops them again, except stronger. You need 4 good teams, getting a score of 5k to get all the asteroids. I'll give it a try in another stream, because I gotta get going pretty soon here. So I'll just spend the rest of the time just hanging out with you guys in chat. Actually, I do need to pull up Genshin real quick, because I don't think I've dumped my stamina in that game yet. So I gotta go get that done. There are rewards for going past that, but just mats and echo crates and whatnot. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about those. You said like for Genshin, you're not the biggest fan of orchestra music, but you think it's still good. Yes, objectively speaking, Genshin's soundtrack is fucking amazing. To the point where I even know I've actually bothered knowing who the name of their main composer back in the day. Yupeng Chen, I think his name is. He doesn't work for Genshin anymore. I think he left because he wanted to do his own music or make his own music studio. So that was cool of Mihoyo to let him go so that he can go pursue his own, to continue pursuing his own career. But even without Yupeng Chen, Genshin's like always the Genshin devs have always been able to crank out top tier music. Like even if it's not a genre that I would go out of my way to listen to all the time, objectively speaking, you cannot say Genshin's music is bad at all. Genshin's music is fucking amazing. Even. Not to mention, I watched a video that demonstrated just how much effort Genshin puts into their music in their game, where you can go to any one of the major cities and you can have any one of like 5 or 6 different variations of the same theme song playing. Like in Fontaine, for example. So that was pretty cool. Genshin music has its own style, for sure, yeah. At least, for the first couple. To be fair, the deeper into Genshin you go, at least like the further you go into Genshin, the harder it gets for you to tell it's actually Genshin's. It's still Genshin music, because they have been diversifying it quite a bit recently, especially with Nodcry. I like a lot of Nodcry soundtracks actually. And I haven't like gone out of my way to say, oh man, the music in this region in Genshin has really stood out since like I don't know, like fuck man, I think since Sumeru. I'm not saying that Fontaine's or Natlan's music was bad or anything. It's just that I think there's at least a couple of soundtracks in Sumuru that I can still remember. Like, say, for example, the Port Ormos soundtrack. The music that plays down in Port Ormos in Sumuru, like, that's a fucking bop. That shit's a fucking banger. But, like, that's the last song that I can remember off the top of my head because that shit is so catchy and so fucking good. Like, I don't really remember any of the music from, like, Natlin or Fontaine, really. Maybe there's some that I can recognize or that I'll remember. But Nodcry is the first region in a while where I was like, oh shit, the soundtrack is a banger too. Like, immediately, like a few seconds into the background music playing, when Nodcry first opened up, I was like, oh shit. He says a 40-year-old, he doesn't look 40 at all. Yeah, he's Asian, so many such cases. He wants to pave the way for younger people, and that's nice. That's very nice of him. Especially in China, where guy like him in his 40s can be kind of hard to find a job these days there. But I'm sure he'll be fine. Not like he has a normal job anyway. He makes a living composing music, so he'll be fine, I think. He was there between from Mondstadt all up to Summit. Yeah, that sounds about right. He probably left right before Fontaine. Where do we rate Lene on the Wuwa waifu scale? Me personally, Changli is my all-time favorite waifu, so there's no topping her. Lupa's up there too because she's fire element. She's got pink hair. She's got a fucking smoking hot bod, and she's got a very aggressive personality, which I personally like. So Lupa's probably my second favorite, I think. Second favorite girl in the game. I don't know who will be third, actually. Fuck it, we'll make Lene third. Make it easy on me. We'll shove her up there. But yeah, for me on the waifu scale, she ranks third after Changli and Lupa. Hope you can go to one of their concerts one day. Yeah. Maybe they'll also expand their locales to beyond just Los Angeles and New York. But yeah, maybe one day you'll be able to go to one of those. Oh, it's always been a hidden music company. Look at Honkai Impact. Every good gacha company worth their salt is actually just a music studio in disguise. How generous of them to how generous of them to give us a free game with their epic soundtrack. Chiwa Saito's goated, yes sir. You know what's real, or real recognizes real.
実は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。バレなくてよかったぜ。向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った相手は私の一撃を直に食らってノックアウトだ。
Alright, finally Yahoda, the strawberry is, the blonde strawberry is level 90. Fucking finally. And then I think, my Durin is also level 92. Yep. Okay, I gotta start working on getting Durin some decent artifacts now. And then who is it? I gotta do the same for Yahoda. Let me look up, Yahoda's, weapon list real quick. Because I'm pretty sure she can use Elegy, but just in case she wants something different. I think she can just use Favonius Warbow as usual, no? Yes, Favonius Warbow is by far her best bow, to nobody's fucking surprise.
この前の討議、実は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。バレなくてよかったぜ。向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った
If she's using Favonius Warbow, that means a Favonius bow. That means I'm gonna have to give her a crit rate circlet then. Let's see, looks like she wants Viridescent as per usual. What set did Durin want? Okay. If I want to run him as a as an off-field DPS, I go with Gilded Dreams. But if I want him to be more of a buff support, more of a support off-field DPS, then Noblesse, I guess.
向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った相手は
I think I'll try to build him with or build him as a what is it? I actually tried to build him as an actual DPS then. Let's see. Even with even on a DPS role, Durin could still use 4-piece emblem, it seems like. In teams where Durin has notably higher energy requirements. Okay. I'll try to give him Gilded anyway. Problem is, do I have enough Gilded pieces? If not, I can always just strongbox them, I think. Okay, Durin seems pretty simple to build. Pretty straightforward, it seems like. So he wants attack percent. I wonder why Durin doesn't want an EM timepiece. Because if he's trying to go for elemental reactions, why does the spreadsheet say he can only take an attack percent timepiece and not an EM one? Does he like give himself a ton of EM or something? Like just by default? And as expected, I don't have any gilded pieces. Nice. Lovely. Let's see, pyro damage. Let's see. I'm not using Klee at the moment. I could take Klee's cup here because it's perfect for Durin. So we go crit damage because he's got a primordial jade cutter on right now. Ayo Devil Baroque, how's it going? He boosts his own damage so much it doesn't matter. Oh really? Damn, alright. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I ain't got shit for gilded pieces. Holy shit, man. I really got a strong box some. Shit. To be fair, I don't think I've ever really bothered farming a lot of gilded pieces to begin with, so I guess that makes
実
sense.
は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。
Yeah, this one's pretty nice for now.
向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った相手は私の一撃を直に食らってノックアウトだ。
Damn, this one's got double crit. I think this one also has double crit too. Let's see. Technically 4 rolls? 4 rolls and double crits. That's not bad. We do have some double crit potential feathers here, though. What about flowers?
この前の討議、実は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。バレなくてよかったぜ。向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも冷静さを失った相手は私の一撃を直に食らってノックアウトだ。
Looks like I have no gilded flowers either. Who the hell used all of them? Okay. Definitely gonna have to look for gilded pieces then. Let's see, this is timepiece.
実は序盤にちょっとミスっちまってよ。
Let's see, do I have a decent
向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づい
cup
て
that
さ。
I can give to Durin? Actually, let's see if I can reshape this. I should have quite a bit of this
私
shit.
の一撃を直に
Double
食ら
crit,
って
thank you.
ノックアウトだ。
Reshape will consume 2. How many do I have? 15? Yeah, okay, we can afford to waste some. Let's see. I guess technically, yeah, this is better for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it's acceptable, I guess. If he's paired with another Hex and Circle character, he boosts his reactions by 75%. Damn, alright. Then yeah, he really doesn't need a EM then.
向こうも後からチャンスを見落としてたことに気づいてさ。でも
Into the gilded mines I go. Yep, gilded strongbox. Here I come. Gilded motherfucking strongbox. Surprised Cantarella is not top 5. Well, to be fair, I didn't mention top 5. I'd have to think about who my top 5 waifus in Wuwa are, or I'd have to spend more time to figure out who my top 5 are. But Cantarella is in contention, yes. Is Durin like a 5-star Bennett? No, there's no equivalent to Bennett in this game. At least no true equivalent. We have a couple of other buffers in this game who sort of work similarly, as in like the way they buff their team's attack behaves the same. But no, Bennett is still effectively one of a kind in this game. There's a reason why we don't have a 5-star Bennett yet in Genshin. The devs know how fucking game-breaking a character like that's gonna be. Yeah, he's like Crazy Wolf said, he's closer to a 5-star Xiangling, yeah, which is good because traditionally, except for Xiangling, we haven't really had that great of pyro off-field sub DPSs or even main DPSs for like like 5 years. Like, there's a reason why everyone kept using Chun-Li's, because she's just that good. Every other like off-field pyro person, or every other off-field pyro character in Genshin just did what they just, you know, didn't do the job as well as Xiangling could. At least, you know, until Durin showed up. And even then, you still want to use Xiangling anyway. Or, you know, I can see why you still want to use Xiangling anyway. You could probably run Durin and Xiangling together, for fuck's sake. I don't know if that ruins Durin's, like, elemental reactions or anything, but... it might, now that I think about it, but... Can you tell me why, can I tell you why Stygian Onslaught is so bad? You tried Wuwa's version of it yesterday, struggled a bit. Game mode makes every attempt hard every time you try with a new team. I'm assuming you're asking just what makes Stygian Onslaught hard. The main thing that I don't like about Stygian Onslaught personally is that your team starts off with no energy, because for Abyss, at least, I forget how it is in theater. I forget if in Imaginarium Theater you have to you don't start with energy either. But in Spiral Abyss, at least, you start off, your entire team starts off with their ults, so you get to go straight into into your team's rotations right away. But with Stygian Assault, even on the lowest difficulty, you do not start with any energy at all. You have to build up your team's energy first and foremost. So that can potentially waste quite a bit of time, because you're just trying to get your team's rotations going in the first place, and that can burn through like the first like 20-30 seconds of the fight. Maybe not as much time if you know your team's rotations really well and you can execute them very quickly. But that's the single most annoying thing about Stygian Onslaught to me personally. Not to mention, enemy HP bars are inflated as fuck, as usual. What else? Sometimes the enemy bosses can be legitimately bullshit, like that one dude who that one Fatui dude from Nodcry who gives himself a fucking electro shield for some reason. Is that in English considered flowery language? Yes, absolutely. You do start with ults up as well in theater? Yeah, then yeah, that means theater is also much easier to deal with too. Because, yeah, the difference between starting with your ults and not starting with your ults is such a huge fucking difference, man. Because Genshin is all about team rotations. Like, Wuthering Waves players may say, oh, you gotta know your rotations in Wuwa too, which, you know, I'm not doubting that either. It's just, I feel like in Genshin, your rotations are way more important. Because in Wuwa, your gameplay is more focused on just doing your character combos and getting their circuit gauges up, so that way you can switch to your next character with their with their outro, with your character's intro-outro skills. Like, if you mess up a rotation in Wuwa, in my opinion at least, with me being the casual at Wuwa that I am, I feel like messing up your rotations in Wuwa is not nearly as punishing. Whereas in Genshin, if you mess up your rotations, sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes you can correct yourself. But if you fuck up your rotations, a lot of other times you are fucked. Especially if you're running like a support character who has Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers or whatever, TTTS. And if you switch from that character to the wrong character, oh, that means you just wasted the fucking 50% TTTS attack buff. Time to restart. Gacha daily is done since I gotta go soon. If we read some visual novels and go to sleep. Yeah, no problem, Athesia. Yeah, I'll probably get out of here very soon. And within like maybe 5-10 minutes or so. But yeah, take care, Athesia. Thanks for stopping by, man. And enjoy the rest of your night. Mechanics need to be dealt with. Yeah, that too. That too. A lot of the time in Genshin's endgame, you can afford, if your teams are strong enough, you can just brute force that shit. But no, not in Stygian Assault. You must respect the game's mechanics, and you have to know what you're doing. Or at least, you know, the more you know what you're doing, the better chance you have of beating Stygian Onslaught. Or at least, you know, the dire difficulty modes. You can still sort of brute force everything up until dire difficulty, which is exactly what I do. But if you want to start doing dire difficulty on Stygian Onslaught, which is the highest difficulty, then yeah, you really need to know what you're doing. Like, brute forcing it is no longer an option for the most part, at least as far as I'm aware. But yes, you're right, Crazy Wolf. Gotta respect the mechanics. If Wuwa and Genshin had a crossover, like a collab, how would the story go? I have no fucking clue. I don't know the lore for both games enough to really hypothesize what would happen in a situation like that. You know, other than, you know, the rats either bitching or gloating about how Genshin has to collab with Wuwa, they've fallen off, which actually would be kind of a self-own, because that means they admit Wuwa is a smaller game, but that's besides the point right now. But yeah, answering honestly, I actually don't know. I don't know what would happen. That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see. I guess I can go spend all my fucking resin on farming more XP, I think. Is today Vagrancy Day? Oh, available for limited time. Okay, I guess I can go farm what is it? I can go farm Vagrancy books for the strawberry. Maybe like a wormhole connects Huanglong to Teyvat. I know enough about at least the backstory that yeah, I can see like some bullshit like space-time continuum explanation being the reason why, being like the basis to explain why Wuwa's world and Genshin's world are suddenly connected. Edgerunners, we're gonna get the Edgerunners collab in Wuwa, and CD Projekt Red is kind of big, so wondering what the story will be. Yeah, we'll see what the story is like for sure. JPF2 apparently earned more than all gacha games in early to mid-December. Really? All gacha games? You sure about that? What chart did you take a look at? Sure, fuck it. We'll just use our transient resin too. Genshin's part of the greater Honkai universe. Pretty sure it's confirmed. Yeah, you could argue that Genshin is like one of the many worlds that Honkai Star Rail that's in Honkai Star Rail's universe. I think, because they do have the Genshin wing glider up on the space station. They could use that as they could be like, oh, that's actually more than just an Easter egg, or something like that. Okay, 67, 6-7. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Let's see. How many gold books did characters need again to get to level 9 skills without not taking the max level, not to level 10 but to level 9? It was 4, 6, 12. 4, 6, 12, 10, 22. Okay, actually, I actually should be good on farming vagrancy books for who is it? For Yahoda. Then should be good enough. Do we have Columbina's materials now? I think we should, right? Oh, Moonlight. Duh. She's debuting soon. Yep, in less than 3 weeks, I think. Honkai is already a multiverse. I mean, Hoyo calls himself Hoyoverse after all. You have a theory that Paimon is actually from Honkai, like a character from Honkai? Interesting. Looks like that Zodan guy is back. I mean, he's been making content, I think, regularly for a while now. So I don't know if I don't know if it's accurate to say that he's back. But what certainly changed is that, yeah, he's no longer associated with the rats anymore, thank God. He has seen the error of his ways. I mean, Zodan's been in my chat too, but a couple times before, and yeah, I think he's cool now. But yeah, Zodan is clapping some clown cheeks right now, so I hear. And winning too? Yeah, so I hear, yeah, because apparently the clown fucking crashed the fuck out. Listening to, watching Zodan's counter response video, apparently. They better make Paimon's reveal worth it. Let's see. Let's see what they do with that. See if they can turn it into anything actually, actually worth, you know, hyping up. Our boy Zodan handled it really well. Yeah, it's good to see. Sometimes hangs out here too. Yeah, he stops by every now and then. I can't teleport there within the fucking domain. Fuck you. Top 5 Umas I like. Scarlet. Tachyon. For now, Tosin Jordan, Meisho Doto, I can't come up with a fifth one. I actually can't name a fifth one off the top of my head. But those 4 for now. Golshi, I used to like her. I still do, obviously. Just not as much as before. Now that I've tried training her a couple times, and she is a fucking bitch to train. So unfortunately, I don't like her as much. That dumbass will do anything but train. So the meme goes. Did you see the Zhao video? I think so, where grown-ass Labubu is dancing for the camera, and Damien, her buddy Damien, is being her personal paparazzi or some shit. Was that it? What's this grown-ass Labubu doing fucking dancing for us like she's some, like she's fucking, I don't know. Like she's like 20 years younger than she is. What the hell is a Labubu doing down here in Arlington, Texas? Can I review her for Furlova? Specifically a Furlova? If you want to type down your Furlova stats or something. Actually, can you see in Wuwa? Can you see other people's character builds? Is that a thing? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I also got to figure out what I want to, what is it? What I want to do here. Let's see. Oh, we've got 5 copies of, what is it? Wolfang already. When the hell did that happen? Was I working towards another copy, another S5 or another R5 copy of Solar Pearl? Because why do I have an extra one here? Who the fuck would want this? Grown-ass woman doing TikTok dances. China in a nutshell, I guess. You went to the Chaos system in CZ and got a good round with Serenial. She's completely broken. Oh, that's good to know. Can't wait to build her myself and put her out there. Fully open your Genshin window to see what's going on. Oh, I guess I can do that real quick. Not that there's much to really see. I'm just wondering what I should use my battle pass on. Maybe I should start working on yet another R5 copy of Serpent Spine, because Serpent Spine to this day is still one of the best claymores out there, especially if you don't have a lot of 5-star ones. I know I got R5 Wolfang for somebody. I forget who exactly, but I know I did this for somebody in particular. But yeah, I just have this random ass R1 copy of Solar Pearl. That means that I probably took Solar Pearl last battle pass for a reason. I just don't remember what that reason was. Well, I watched the Fate special. Yes. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it myself though. Haven't decided on that yet. Whether I'll stream it myself. Actually, no. I'll probably skip out on streaming it myself because it's the live stream's probably got some hella copyrights with it, or some hella copyrights on that shit. So we'll probably just watch it together on Discord or something. I guess I'll just take a Solar Pearl then, because I'm assuming there's a reason why I took another R1 copy of that shit. Hopefully, I'm not making the wrong decision there. Got a shit ton of stuff to catch up on Genshin for. I gotta get the Duran story quest started, because I think they literally tell you here, oh, by the way, you need 5 actual like IRL days to get this done, and I got 17 days left. So new major event, gotta get that done. Gotta get Stygian Onslaught done. Gotta get both Theater and Abyss done. Holy shit, this guy's still. I gotta get all the Witch with their Hex and Circle quests done. Holy fucking shit. At least I got the main story done already, so that's nice. We have somebody who's on Nico. Somebody, yeah, probably somebody on our Discord who's got like a VPN or something. That's usually what we do, I think. Yeah, level 90. I don't know what the 50 is. I'm assuming the first 90 means your Furlough is level 90. Hold up. And this is your Furlova, right? Let's compare hers to to mine. I'm assuming the 50 means ER. Is that what that means, or does that mean something different? During story is like 20-30 minutes a day for 5 days. A day? What the fuck? Well, I'm assuming that means the 20-30 minutes is basically is the time it takes for you to read it without skipping, I think. At least I certainly hope so. But yeah, I got the 5 actual IRL days part though. But 95 to 23. I'm assuming your Furlova Otaku-chan has 95 crit rate, 223 crit damage. Let me just check her echo sets real quick. Let's see, increases crit rate. I don't know what I don't know what your whatchamacalls. I don't know what your crit rate is. Or I don't know what set your Furlova's on, Otaku. However, if she is on Dream of the Lost, your Furlova's crit rate is way too high. Because Dream of the Lost 3-piece set gives Furlova 20% free crit rate. So she doesn't need 95% crit damage. Or, sorry, crit rate. Drop it down to 80 or below. Unless 95 is counting the Dream of the Lost bonus, crit rate bonus, in which case, yeah, then that's fine. But if your Furlova has 95 crit rate before Dream of the Lost crit rate bonus, then yeah, no, you're overcapping on crit rate by way too much. Drop your crit rate a bit. Give your Furlova some more crit damage. Because my Furlova has 75 262. So with the 3-piece Dream of the Lost set, she should go up to 95% crit rate. I don't know if she gets any additional crit damage anywhere, but not like she needs it. Without skipping, because you still do story, that's fine. But yeah, Otaku, if you're still there, your Furlova's crit rate is a bit too high, assuming you've got her on Dream of the Lost set. So drop it a bit. You might want to replace her main, her main Echo, with a crit damage main piece, main set or main stat, Echo instead or something. Doing more CZN grind, pretty much cleared story, ends at like chapter 2, right? Yeah, there's not really much main story, I think. Event seems pretty basic, but you can't access it yet. Really? You can't? I guess you have to keep playing. You just have to play through it then, I guess. I don't know. Hey, yo, tutorial. New collectible in Wuwa areas give me Korok PTSD from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Good thing they're at least marked on the map, really? Is there like some annoying ass collectible you gotta get in this game? 15 away from Serenial, but it's still 50-50, right? Yeah, if you didn't lose your coin flip last time, then yes, it's still 50-50. Unfortunately. Alright, chat, I'm gonna get out of here. Streamed enough today. God, I should have gotten everything done today. I was planning on playing some, actually grinding some Genshin today, but now I look at the clock, I gotta get out of here. So. Short little stream. see. Oh, hey, look, Guitar Rock streaming. That's convenient. So, I'm gonna send you guys over to him. But yeah, peace out, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And catch you guys all either tomorrow or whenever the next time is I stream. So, yeah. You need to finish Star Rail stuff before you do your trip to Japan. Oh, really? You're going to Japan? Hopefully you enjoy your trip over there. But yeah, take care, everybody. Catch you guys all next time. Peace. And tell Guitar Rock that I said what's up. For those of you guys over on